The next speaker that we have today is Sri Dominic D'Souza, the COO of SR Foundation. A big round of applause for him.
Hi, good evening. I know we are short of time. After listening to ma'am, I think I'm going to change my presentation. Okay, I'm only going to focus on certain areas. SR, I have over 25 years association with SR. I started as a secretary to the CEO. I quit SR twice. I went to New Zealand, migrated, and after a few months, my wife went into depression. My kids were very small, and my daughter then turns out and tells, Dad, why have we come to New Zealand? And we'll go back to India. I'll study Hindi Marathi. And so why I'm trying to tell you this is, I came back to India. I had a choice. The choice was I could stay back with a new wife or come back with the old. And I returned back with the old because I felt that a woman makes the most difference in a man's life. Today, I'm supposed to speak on a very, very sensitive topic of gender equality. What is gender equality? If you go down Google search, you'll get many phrases, you'll get statements made by various people from a cross-section of society. For me, gender equality is not only about a woman, but for me, a gender equality is both. And that includes a disabled child, whether it's a boy or a girl, or a man or a woman. Ma'am, I would like to tell you that in Hazira, now due to the pandemic, we were not able to conduct it, but there was a handicapped person who said that, you conduct a lot of tournaments for all of us, we never get an opportunity. And we decided that since cricket is a very passionately played game, we thought we would have a SR Cup for the disabled. And then we wrote to the BCCI about it, and there were about 6 states who sent teams. And as I go through the slide, I'll just run through the SR slide. You will know we have also had this lady who is a discus thrower who is part of our SR. And we have employed people who have been disabled, but who have been able to perform in the field of sports. And we are very proud to say that we like to get just not support financially. We like to get involved in whatever we are doing. And I'll just run through the SR slides quickly. You'll have to bear with me because I really want to speak on what a woman is in our life. I'm not here for a Women's Day program. I'm here but to make all of us realize the importance of a woman in society. So when I joined, when I was told to take over CSR department, I'm a person from corporate affairs. I'm a former state footballer. I started a girls' team in SR. When chairman wrote to me, Dominic, please put a team, I thought it was something which I used to coach the SR football men's team and the cricket team. And I'm being a former state footballer and a state coach. I'm a qualified coach with the All India Football Federation. I've been coach of the girls' team under 14, under 16. Few of my students have represented the country from my own personal academy, and that gives me. So I put this thing, together for progress, together we progress. And we are working towards it, that we want to make a progress, but we want everyone around us to also progress as we progress. And we want to be the difference. Being the difference, everyone wants to, make an impact. And we want, in our team, we are just a few of us, but we are really working hard towards creating a very positive impact in society. Next. So we follow the 4 Ps, the power, the passion, the people, and the progress. And I don't want to go deep into all this. Next. You all know the SDGs. More or less, we work into every area of the SDGs. Next. Every month, we work around in 8 states, 500 villages, and we make an impact of about 5 lakhs people. And every month, this is what we focus on. Next. Next. Recently, we were in, by the way, all our operations are outside Maharashtra. We don't have anything in Maharashtra, to be honest. We just have a corporate office. But we felt in the last 2 years, especially when the pandemic hit us, when we got involved with the government, we decided that we have to make an impact in Mumbai, in Maharashtra. So we looked at this ashram. This was the state of that ashram. They needed funds. They had already got a land. We got them a good structure to begin with. Next. We also, while driving down, we met a lot of people in the tribal belt, and we were on our way back to Mumbai. And then we got in touch with Ramakrishna Arogya Sansthan, and we worked with them towards the malnutrition program. Next. Recently, just last week, we worked with Urja. Urja is, when I first went and met them, I wanted to know what Urja was all about. They work with the homeless and destitute. They work with women who have experienced domestic violence. Many of these ladies, women, young girls leave their villages, come down to Mumbai. Even the lady who works in the toilets of the railway stations keep an eye on such women who come and go. They inform the railway police. The police intercept these women. So that they do not fall in wrong hands, and then they are moved to this trust. So we visited them, and we really felt they needed the support. Next. This is an orphanage which is about 120 years old. So many may think maybe I supported it because I'm a Christian. No. There are about 38 children now in this orphanage. And this orphanage has about 24 children who are from another community. There was someone who asked me in the office, why did you, support such an orphanage? Because you are a Christian? I said, no, because I am a human. And it was very, very important that these children, they have everything in them to be what our country is looking for. I have been one of them. So it makes a very, very positive thinking for me to come and support such children. And my organization has readily agreed to go and work on the lines what I have suggested to them to uplift children, and especially the girl child. Next. This we just visited about 2 days back. About 150 children in a far-off place in Nane, non-aided, though the government has set up the school, it's a non-aided school, and we are doing our best for education. Next. This is something very close to our heart. Working for the disabled. Maybe we are just giving a chair or what, but when you meet the parents and when you see them, what they go through, it really touches our heart. So we really want to work with such children. Next. Next, please. This is another institution that we have been working, and we played a match with them. It was a beautiful experience. Next. Can you see this little girl in front? She was picked up from the dustbin of the ashram that we have supported. She was a very tiny little thing thrown in the garbage bin. And she was picked up. Her name is Durga. She's 8 years old now. And she, while in a remote village of Lasalgaon, one day while coming from school, she told her mentors that she wants to join skating. And last year, she won the district gold medal in Nasik area. She went on to represent Maharashtra in the under 14 national games, where she won a bronze. We have decided and we have adopted, our department has adopted this little girl for her entire education. Like her, there have been many children that we have adopted where we feel they are the ones who need that support. They are the ones that need to be included in the normal stream of our life. Next. So under the SR Cares, we have worked during the pandemic. A lot was said. We've received some awards. Next. 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 Go ahead. Next. This community is the one that has been neglected. The sweepers, the ones who clean our gutters before the rains and throughout the year, the transgender community, these are the areas we touched upon. We want them to be part of our life. We want them, it's not just inviting them. It's beautifully said, diversity is having a seat at the table, inclusion is having a voice, and above all, according to me, belonging is having that voice to be heard. And I think if we corporates can, lift these people up, support their causes, work with them, I think it will make a hell of a difference in society. Next. Next, we carried out all these camps. Next. So these are our future plans. Next. So these are on livelihood, the health. Next. You can see that lady, she works with us in Hazira. This gentleman captained India. This is the tournament which I was talking about. This is the boy who captained India in the handicap disabled tournament which was held in Sri Lanka in 2018-19. We have promoted such people. It's a beautiful sight when you see a person with polio bowling, and then he's stretching and diving and doing all sorts of things. I was just to inaugurate the tournament and come back. I stayed back there for the 5 days. And on the ground, I was from morning to evening. Being a sportsman, it touched me because they had that desire, that willingness to make something out of nothing. And I've been very fortunate and privileged that I was part of this journey. Next. Next. Next, please. Next. These are the women who work in all across the globe, in UK and the other parts of the world too. Next. Next. Okay, this is not thank you. Now I'm going to talk about what a woman. It's a very, very sensitive talk that I'm supposed to speak on. Gender equality. Gender equality begins at home. If we inculcate in our children today the values of what a gender equality is all about, we will have a better India to live in. It is beautifully said, a woman can never be understood. A woman can never be understood. You know why? All women are quiet. They're also confused. Man, right from the primitive age till the electronic age, has tried to understand a woman. As I said before, I'm not here to speak on Women's Day, but I'm emphasizing the fact, and bear with me. Right from the primitive age till the electronic age, man has tried to understand a woman and has failed. Let's not join the bandwagon. A woman can never be understood. She is only to be loved. She is only to be loved as a mother, as a sister, as a wife, as a daughter, as a friend, as a neighbor. If you love a woman, she can do anything for you. And if we corporates adopt this mantra, not of falling in love with a woman in office, but giving the woman an opportunity to love her job, her productivity for the organization, according to me. I may be wrong and I stand to be corrected, but since I have an opportunity to speak on gender equality, I want to emphasize the fact that if we men give a woman an opportunity to excel, she will surely excel. But we men live with the fear, including about our own wives, that if I give her an opportunity, she may overtake me in the rat race. Am I right? Women will agree, at least if not men. Dear friends, I'm not here to hurt any sentiments. What I want to tell is, I want to drive one factor. And that factor is, we are educated enough. We have to teach our children the importance of a woman in our life. It's very, very important for us to accept a woman of how she is, what she is, rather than being judgmental or having prejudice against her. It also implies the same thing to the women, that they have to learn to accept the reality of their partner or their colleagues or the man in their life, whether it's their boss, is their subordinates, or what and how he is, so that both minds can work towards together to build a better situation. Trust me, I had prepared all this to speak. I'm not going to speak anything on it. What ma'am has spoken has inspired me to just bring out the little of how to accept a handicapped person in our life. It's very, very important if we teach our children today of the environment that they live in, that all are equal. I can proudly say a time will come when we can shoulder the responsibilities of building a better India. Just before the pandemic, I was in the US for the US Investment Summit, US Summit. And on my way from Washington to New York, at the airport, I picked up a book, A Chick in the Cockpit. I am not a good reader. I don't like to read. Exception, I begin with the sports page. And I try to, just glance through the normal thing. But when my eye fell on that book, a chick is nothing but referred to about a woman in the cockpit. I took that book. And the reason I took that book was, I, coming from a humble background, was able to live up to the expectations and the aspirations of my daughter. When she was in the 5th standard, she wanted to be a pilot. I didn't have the money. I didn't have the resources. I do not know how it fell into place. Today she flies the Boeing 757. And when my eye fell on that book, A Chick in the Cockpit, I said, I must read that book. I've got a 17-hour direct flight anyway from New York to Bombay. And I said, I must read that book. And in that book, she mentions how the captains, the commanders, the men folk would make fun of her and tell her, are you able to take care of this huge machine? won't your nail polish, get wiped off? And the racism that she faced, but she lived up of achieving her desire of reaching the skies, for whom many, the sky is the limit, but for my daughter, it was a new beginning. And I'm very proud to say that today, women have made the difference. Women have made the difference because women took care of every need of a home. And when you have a secured home, man tends to flourish. Man gets himself an opportunity to do better. And if a woman can be equally looked upon in this man's world, I know I'm going to hurt a lot of men here, probably. I'm sorry, apologies. But trust me, you accept a woman for who she is, not what she is capable of, but who she is, because she will turn everything in your life to gold. I was to speak on so many things, but I would like to end about businesses and people. I don't think then it will do justice, So the importance of what a business is all about and what are people. I have not written this. I've just taken it down from somewhere. I just happened to read it. So businesses are built by people. Businesses are run by people. Businesses cater to people. Businesses strive because of people. Businesses emerge victorious because of people. Businesses profit from people. Businesses evolve with people. Businesses fulfill dreams of people. Businesses provide means to people. Businesses create wealth for people. Businesses share knowledge with people. Businesses consume knowledge created by people. Businesses cannot exist without people. Businesses can change the lives of people. To sum it up, people can change the life of a business. Who are the people? Who are the people I spoke about? The tree of success. It's both man and a woman. And that's where we need to be equal in every perspective going forward. What is CSR all about? Many companies, just because in 2013 the government came off with a law, let's do it. My only request to you people is, we are working in a profession where we need to be a reason and not make it an excuse. Oh, just because I have to do it, I'll do it. Don't do that. If you're into CSR, work on it compassionately, work with empathy, work with sympathy, and let's be the reason to be the difference in people's life. Thank you.